And now a word from the U.S. Army Air Corps. Hey France and Europe, one reason you're able to produce blades like this, and this is a very cool blade, I'll talk about it briefly here in a second, but the reason you're able to put blades like this together, see made in France right there, is because of aircraft like that. P-47s, P-51s, B-24s, B-17s, and the air crew that flew them, winning World War II and freeing occupied Europe. Public service announcement complete, courtesy of the U.S. Army Air Corps. 1/72nd scale Old Crow P-51D. It's a Matchbox, long discontinued collectible. I've had it about 10 years, actually over 10 years. It's coming out of our mini aviation museum. Not a plane review though, not. It's a knife review, and this is actually a knife that a TMPer sent to me. Please don't send me anything ever, manufacturers and TMPers, but occasionally stuff still does arrive. This comes from Mark Stanland. Hope I'm saying your name right. He was a giveaway winner, and as a very nice gesture, he sent me this cool blade from France. I will not even attempt to say the brand right here. Really nice fit and finish on this though, Mark. I like it. Nice. Some file work on the spine. And I will say, dang, this is the stiffest slip joint I've ever manipulated in my life. Listen to that, dudes. I mean, that's, you don't need a lock back when it's that stiff. Oh my gosh. Wood to metal fit, decent. Burling, what kind of wood is that? I really don't know, but I really like it. The only thing I would say, Mark, is it was really, really dull, dude. I think you knew that, but I put my edge on it. This is 12C27 steel. Let's test it. Test it briefly, card cutting. Oh, I like that. Oh yeah. And you know what I'm gonna do with this knife, dudes? Seriously. I'm going to put it in the kitchen and use it there because it has such an elegant long blade. That's a great slicing profile. And it will be an opportunity to put 12C27 in use. See how it holds an edge, all that good stuff. Really cool blade. Thanks, Mark. But again, my official policy, manufacturers and TMPers never send me anything ever for any reason. Thank you. I am just swamped in gear. Don't need it. Okay, this is not a P-51 review. It's not a World War II statement, really. It's an OTF knife review. And get this, the knife is, grab your credit cards, $500. You heard that right. It's $500, dudes. Holy cow. That's a lot of money, y'all. It is the Microtech Cypher. Look at this coloration. Oh my goodness. I'm showing it in a watch review. I think that's what I was talking about. And now the official tabletop review on this beautiful, expensive OTF knife by, you guessed it, Microtech. Let me show you the box so you see all the details on the coloration, which is bronze and OD green. It's a Katana version. The Cypher comes in a bunch of different blade styles, handle sets, just like Microtech normally does, and they're all very limited in production. Well, let's talk about that price here for a second because it's fun. Let's see, for $500, I could get a used Glock for sure. This one's not used, but I could get a used Glock, maybe just a standard black one, beat up 19 or something. Hey, you know what's going to come up for sale? I predict our Glock 19Xs. That's right. I suspect people go, why did I buy this? You're going to see some Glock 19Xs come up for sale. Probably not under 500. We'll have to see. And I'm just kidding around, but we're making a value point here. Heck, I could throw in, you know, a couple high value knives like the Wii Civivi. Oh my gosh, that is awesome. The Wii Civivi is so sick. This is what it looks like. There's a case on it. Reviewed separately. Maybe we'll throw in a Spyderco Para with a lynch clip on it. Heck, let's throw in a watch while we're at it. Why don't we? How about the AV8 Hawker Harrier 2 4031? One of my all-time favorites right here. Quartz in this version. They make it an automatic. Oh, you know what else we could do? We could go buy a piece of crap car. Yeah, we could buy a car for $500 that the engine would run, and it would actually take us from point A to B, not in any level of style, for sure, but it would get us there. point is, $500 is a lot of money for a knife. I've reviewed some expensive blades on the table before, and I like doing it. It's fun. It's a good contrast to my usual flow of super high value knives. And let me show you another one that's coming up for review. I got a whole bin behind me, dudes, of knives just waiting to get reviewed. Oh, what about this one right here? So this is a CRKT LCK. I don't know what this is, what, 20 bucks or something? I bought it, and I mean, you can buy a whole bin of these and give them out to people. Just go around and say, hey man, here's a knife. I think you get the point. Is it worth it? You might think I'm gonna say no, but the answer is maybe. What? Well, here's some background, and as a refresher, you might remember that I myself am a Microtech collector. Maybe you forgot. There's a Halo 5 in red, 2014 production. This knife has gone up in value. I would easily get back every penny I paid for this knife and more. By the way, the Halo 5 is one of my all-time favorite OTF knives. It is a constant cast member in the show. Here is another one. Remember this coloration, dudes? You've seen it before. I know, it's super sick. Look at this. Oh my gosh. So single action OTF, really nice long blade, Tanto blade, titanium charger. Oh my goodness, such a cool blade. Same way with this one, right? This coloration, I could easily get out my money that I put into it. So you may go out and spring for a $500 Cypher, and then 8 years down the road, guess what you sell it for? $700. To the collector market, I mean, the people who are willing to pay that much are going to be few and far between, but they're out there. I know it because this Cypher at BHQ is mostly sold out. In the special colorations, I mean, I just checked last week and they're mostly sold out at $500. Thereabouts, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. So the answer is maybe. And I myself am a collector. I mean, I'm very selective at which knives I choose. I'm a reviewer too, and it's cool to roll them in as cast members, as I call them, for sure. But before I did TMP, I was a knife guy, obviously. And before I did TMP, I was into Microtechs. Maybe you remember all those reviews. So you may want to buy it, and it would be your special knife. I probably would not go HEC with it, high-end carry, because it is such a large amount of money, but you could. Go watch my HEC philosophy video. I'm putting really expensive knives into EDC and hard use. There's guys that do it, they are few. Maybe guys will just, if we're talking POU on this, maybe guys are just buying this as a collectible and hoping it will go up in value. And from my own experience on these two blades and some more I'm not even showing you on the table, I've shown them throughout the years, I think it's a pretty safe bet. I think this coloration right here, this OD green, it's almost guaranteed to go up in value, for sure. Now, there are some knockoffs on this knife running around. They're called Vespas, and I think they are a ripoff on Microtech in some of their different blade shapes. So the Cypher actually comes, like I may have mentioned, in different blade shapes, different handle sets for sure. But dude, it's a first cool thing. It's nowhere near as special as a genuine Microtech, and you're not going to be able to sell it. This you can sell it to, again, a limited audience for sure. But first and foremost, we're talking POU, collectible and a special knife. It's really, really cool. Hey, Nutnfancy, is it cooler than that Halo 5? To me, no. The Halo 5, to me, is its own animal. And in this version and these blade sets that I'm showing you here, I just love it. It has a really long handle, lot of purchase area, and a lot of real estate, as I always call it. I like the clip blade, I like the Tanto blade, I like the colorations. And the way this comes out versus a Cypher, dude, it's not even a competition. I mean, look at the deployment on this. Holy cow. That is a knife. A serious knife, man. I mean, when you charge this, it's like pulling back a crossbow. Look, there's my serial number, 8 of 2014, the red coloration, Microtech Halo. And I love that it's matte red. Oh, I love it. Gloss red, I wouldn't have touched it. No way. Matte red, matte orange, matte blue. for sure. Philosophy of use, would you ever put this into a serious philosophy of use? And this is actually a double action OTF, so you don't have to charge it. Again, the answer is maybe. The answer is maybe, and we're going to look at the traction or lack thereof here in a second. But if we look at the deployment on this knife, it does deploy very well. It is a double action, but I'll tell you what, it takes second place to the Halos. The Halos come out really, really strong. Granted, it's single action. It's double action, so the spring set's going to be different. Oh my gosh, that's a fast knife. Really sick. EDC, no way. I would never do it myself. I just wouldn't. Collectible for sure. Soldier knife, no way. Here's what I've learned talking to TMP soldiers throughout the last 11 years, is that if they have a really nice knife, whether it's a Halo or Microtech, it generally will get stolen. Isn't that jacked up? That in their loadout, maybe it's in their LBE, and they hang up their LBE and they turn around and someone, another soldier, who knows, lifts it. So the best soldier knife is something that's really affordable. Go into my playlist, best soldier blades, and I pretty much concentrate on high value knives that will get the job done. For instance, if you want an OTF as a soldier blade to open your MRE, for instance, get a Lightning. One of my all-time favorite OTF knives, and keep watching. You may see a special variation of this coming out. Little pro tip from Nutnfancy. I love the Lightning. It's so cool, so sick. I mean, it's a great. Here you go, EDC knife, soldier knife, lightweight. That's just cast metal on here. It's nothing special. I put some skateboard tape on this lime green one. I sharpened it. Perfect blade shape. They're awesome, and I've never had one break on me. How's that? Cost is very affordable. Annoy your family, annoy your cat, your hamster. Look at this, dudes. That's faster than the Microtech. But if that gets lifted, who cares? I mean, you'll be pissed for sure, but you'll just go, okay, life goes on. Other philosophies of use. Cop knife, no. Let's just go back to it and really hammer home. It's a collectible. It's a knife you'd have in your collection. Maybe the centerpiece of a really cool knife collection, especially if you're into auto knives. And that's where POU stops. If we're being super realistic. Now we go to blade shape on this one. I gotta move back Old Crow because this is a loaner knife. I did not buy this. I've got to take care of it. I cannot put a single scratch on it. Not for a $500 blade. Look at that blade. Oh my goodness, that is just a really cool blade shape. I like the finish they put on it. Kind of the bronze fake Hammond line coming down. Camouflage line. It's just unique. Really awesome detailing and milling on the, I think it's 390 steel. Yeah, it's Bowler M390 steel blade. Comes sharp. I'm not going to test cut with it. Good penetration capability. Really short edge on it though. Look at that, which is standard for Microtech. I've shown this for many, many years in the project. This is my favorite coloration, hands down. Of any Cypher I've ever seen, this is it. Imagine that. Nutnfancy likes the OD and the FDE. Roger that. I do. And then we go to the handle. And then maybe answering that question, would you put it into tactical use? For that, we need what? Traction, right? And you can put traction on a blade artificially like this, or if you just watched my shop project of the Benchmade Griptilian, where I'm doing some handle work so it can have a stretch of sandpaper on it, you can do that. It's better, it comes that way from the factory. I'd rather put the Halo 5 into serious war work, if you were to ask me. Because we have milling on the handle. This is 6061, I believe, aluminum handle set. Same for all of these knives. We do have some milling here. And again, we have that really long handle that we can grasp onto and actually use it as a non-lethal impact tool, which I really like about the Halo 5. Super cool. So this is completely lacking of any side milling or traction. It's smooth. It is a presentation knife, is the way it comes across to me. Smooth, really cool looking. The only positive thing I will say is the deployment button has outstanding traction on it, and that's why I would say maybe. So if I put like skateboard tape on the side, not on this side because that's a clip side, but right here and here, you could actually achieve some pretty good traction. But we're not enveloping the hand with the handle for protection. That's not happening. I don't know, probably not. For tactical use, emergency, defensive use, probably not. Speed we talked about already. As you probably know, I don't know if you've seen my OTF knife reviews, but they have a safety mechanism. They will not penetrate into a box or something. Here's my Benchmade Infidel. We'll demo with that. It's also a double action OTF. This is my heavily used Infidel. Love it. How many Infidels can we buy for price of one Cypher, by the way? This is not a cheap knife, though. It never has been, especially this one. This is the drop point version. Been discontinued for a long time. So like that. There's your demo. I've backpacked with this blade, EDC'd it a lot. So my EDC blades, there's two. I'll always pair it. So I'll have a tactical blade and then I'll have a very small, lightweight utility knife. This is my tactical blade. So generally on my tactical blades, I'm not putting a lot of wear on the edges because they're emergency defensive. Thank heavens I'm not putting wear on them. Look at that clip on the Infidel. Perfect deep carry clip. They only have the double edge versions out now, the ones that I've seen lately. A lot more movement in this one. So and I've talked about that. Go watch my Infidel review from, I don't know, 2001. Not really, not that long ago. It seems like it. There's some movement in the Cypher too. Side to side is pretty tight. There has to be because of the tolerances when we do an OTF blade. You cannot have it super tight. So it's just one of the things you put up with. I've learned to just pretty much ignore it. One reason is because like this knife, they're pretty much presentation pieces to me. I've carried this one seldom, but they're mostly collectible for me. I have so many other cool knives and, you know, first cool knives that I'll put into use before that. Just saying. I like the steel choice. I think it's really not a player. I mean, you could be, you know, S35, whatever. This knife isn't going to see use, but you can look up the specifications, Bowler M390 if you want. But there are single edge, double edge katana versions, differently milled handles, like I mentioned. 4.4 ounces for the Cypher. I should have brought to table maybe some other OTFs that we have in stock. We got a UTX 85, Ultratech. Do I have a Combat Troden? I don't think so. No, and these are 5.8 ounces, by the way, these Halo 5s that I'm showing you, and the Infidel is 5 ounces. How about this funky blade right here, dude? Oh, that's a sick OTF knife. Look at the polish job on that. The mystery knife emerges. Here's a clue. Boop. Cool. Really nice knife. There's a look at the clip on the Cypher. I believe that is titanium. Not deep carry, doesn't matter because you ain't carrying it. And then you have the proprietary fasteners here. I've always told you guys never take your auto knives apart. It is ill-advised. Send it back to Microtech. If you have a problem, they'll take care of you. Glass breaker pommel right here. That's super cool. I love the contrasting color right there. It's just such a cool knife. But yes, it is $500. Let's look in the box and see if we get a really cool carry case with it. What? Okay, that's kind of a miss, bro. Kind of a miss. Because, heck, I buy a Wii knife and I get that cool zip carry case. I mean, I get these all the time with those Chinese blades. Not that I care, not that I use them. By the way, this is that super cool. I'm going to show you guys this. I hope to review it separately. Gent. So, Ferrum Forged Gent. Look at that. It was like 80 bucks, maybe one of the best small, lightweight EDC knives being produced right now, at least for flipper designs. And I think this is S35 steel, speak of the devil. See if it says right here. Oh my gosh, this is, yeah, it's S35. Great knife. Knife review within a knife review. Would I buy a Microtech Cypher? That's a hard question. Well, as a reviewer, I would love to have it on tabletop, you know, as a cast member. I think it's super cool. Microtech is special. Like I said, they market very smart. They are very limited production and they just discontinue it. Of all the Microtech knives that I own, I have no plans ever selling. It just makes me happy they go up in value. I like that. It puts a smile on my face. But dang, man, $500 is a lot of money, a lot of money. To you guys, I recommend a no, do not purchase it. I'd much, much rather have you use that money to put towards your BOK preparations, your bug out kit preparations, and then just go buy freaking a wee Civivi like this knife right here and be happy. I mean, this is what, 49 bucks, 45 bucks. Awesome knife, awesome, awesome knife. Super cool. And just, you know, call it good. But that being said, I mean, this is a cool knife, dudes. It's going to hold its value. Yes, you could buy a Volkswagen Bug, beat up one, or whatever. What's a Geo Metro thrashed for $500? But there's guys out there doing it. Like I said, this knife is mostly sold out. You know, I'll put some links below if you want to go pull the trigger. You may see it at Blade HQ, and dudes, there's guys that love it. It's cool, but $500 cool? You decide. See you guys later.